go live on a different app completely with different people.
Well, I'm gonna head on because you guys, Well, thank you for having me though. Peace.
Yeah. Heimdall used to be Bridgerton, I want to say. Was it? Oh, let's see. It was either Bridgerton or one of the Mars accounts that became Heimdall.
And if you are brother, another question is, why are you calling a legit brother Clanny? That's cheating and defrauding the brother of the craft. If you are a brother. And if you are a brother again, why are you going against your brothers?
You got nothing better to do.
I done seen you in PHA lives, I done seen you in Grand Rapids State lives, and these videos popping up. I've been in your page a couple times. I know you probably seen me go to your page a couple times looking at the videos. That shit is not cool.
Did I miss something?
Always.
Oh, okay.
You know.
I don't know. I haven't checked the accounts lately, so Lord only knows what they're saying about me on there.
Well, I'm gonna start streaming some games on Twitch, so I'm gonna head out.
I,
Alright, yeah.
You guys have a good night.
Alright, you too.
Good night. Oh, I was wondering what I was doing wrong. Alright, there we go. Now we got it.
Okay, that's crazy work.
chocolate milk directory. Oh no, doctor. There's no I in there. That's how blind I am, guys.
What's up, little sketchy?
I was good with y'all on.
Chilling. I'm trying to see why certain account didn't even respond. It just came in and it's on ghost mode.
I say, how everybody doing tonight, though?
I'm doing.
What's up, Garden?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, Garden.
Hi.
Hey, Garden.
Hey.
Garden, that subject didn't change, so I don't know if you still want to be in here or not.
I was in here the whole time. I left, came back, and been sitting down here at the bottom.
Garden should be good. I don't think
I'm good regardless. I ain't messing with nobody. They shouldn't be messing with me.
I want to mess
what
with
we talking about.
I'm gonna go start a troll account just to mess with Garden. Period.
That's gonna be a hard task.
What am I missing? Y'all talking around missing.
Oh well, it's a group of. I don't know if it's a group or it's
Little Sketchy came in. I had Little Sketchy up, so I was trying to see where Sketchy was going.
I'll let you in on a little secret right now,
I'll go figure out what we was trying to talk about real quick.
I'll let you guys.
We ain't talking about nothing. That's what I was trying to see. What you wanted to talk about?
I don't know. Somebody was trying to say something. I think it was.
I'll let you guys all in a little secret. There is a brother or a group of brothers out there that are actively countering what this group of and there's two factions. There's a faction that like to get out there and troll, and they've taken it a little too far. And there's a group of brothers that have quite a bit of technological depth of knowledge and are extremely savvy and are working together. And they know exactly who these 8 individuals are, at least 8 that I know of at this point. They have technology that can show when they come in and when they go out. They know, each device that you have can hold up to, I think it's 7 or 8 different troll accounts. They know that, and they can see when one account logs out and then relogs into another account. They have put a list of people together, and they've been working on this since November of last year. So they know who it is, but legally speaking, from what I understand, they're just collecting everything they can. And there's at least three lawyers that are helping put a class action case together on these individuals. And I tell you, what's really interesting is how they have intertwined some of the NIL legalities going on in the SEC right now with some of these people who have monetized TikTok accounts and are taking name, image, and likeness of people and using it on monetized accounts or joint accounts to push people to their monetized account. I love what I understand so far on it, and I can't wait to see what happens within the next 6 months.
Oh, also, if they're going to use my likeness, I think I need royalties.
Oh, there will be a class action lawsuit on the people that they've personally targeted so far.
Well, damn. Have I been like a victim or have I been targeted? I mean, hell, what the fuck?
Your likeness has popped up in any of these videos, you may be contacted.
I say, I don't know. People probably don't want to. They don't want to use my likeness.
I don't think even I've collected all 8 Pokemon yet.
I'm still trying to figure out what we're talking about. Like,
Right.
You're not going to get rich off the deal. You might, and when it's all said and done, get 10 cents out of the deal. But the goal is to make these people's lives such a living fiasco that they can't afford to wipe their own tail after defecating themselves when they get the lawsuit.
so you're saying I'm gonna get a dime?
You might, but don't expect. I mean, these people, from what I understand too, they don't have real life day jobs. That's why they're able to sit and put this stuff together.
No, you already told me I'm getting a dime. You can't take it back now.
I will spend $8 to frame that dime on my wall and say I earned this during the TikTok wars.
I will give you a nickel out of my last dime and split it with you if you don't get a dime.
Oh,
All right.
thank you.
But what if I want a whole dime? Like I want the whole 10 cents.
Well, it depends on how far this live goes.
We'll take the 10 cents and start a foundation against internet slander.
You know, with inflation, $100 bill probably won't be worth much anymore either way. So,
Nope.
No,
It's
well,
just
hey, you
that
can just give it to me then if you don't want it.
right?
Benjamin deserves better.
I was not prepared for the conversation to go that way. I'm not even gonna lie. I was kind of confused for a second. I was like, "What are we doing?"
So there's a big difference between recording for data collection and collecting for evidence versus collecting, chopping up, and using it for malice, defamation, misinformation, and what's the other one? Defamation. What's the other one that goes along with defamation?
Slander, maybe?
Slander. Yeah, slanderous. So, yeah.
Yeah, because it's not even about screen recording at this point. They are actively promoting propaganda and smear campaigns where they're taking our likeness and putting words in our mouths.
Yeah, but slander's one of those things. It's like it's hard to prove because like you got to be able to prove that you lost monetary value because of the defamation in order to be able to.
That, my friend, is where the algorithms come in. Because if your algorithms have shut down, like Limes have when he lost his account, like Brothers Fluffs did when he lost his account, like Hummingbird did when he lost his account.
I was in the hundreds also.
Yeah, any of those guys that whether when you can show that your algorithms have gone down over a period of time when your people coming in have gone down, it's not very hard. And I tell you what, like I said, the technology's been out there since to track this data since well before November of last year, but they've really unified the goal since November of last year.
See, I mean, I'm not really educated on the whole subject because, I'm not in. I don't know anything about the lawyer thing or nothing like that. I'm retired, so
my algorithms.
I don't know. So I mean,
right now, but we're not just talking slander like, oh, somebody went around saying stuff. No, we're talking about people actually screen recording and putting content out there that makes you say something you didn't say.
What's really crazy is when you start seeing what the government in the UK is doing. And actually, if you look right now, you can look into it. The UK has one of the prime ministers or one of the head, he might not, maybe not prime minister, maybe one of the legal heads over there, is actually proposed expediting U.S. citizens for things that they are saying that go against their legal practices over there. That's real. That's factual. If it'll ever happen, I doubt it. But for those listening in the UK, especially those in the fraternity, if you're out there saying slanderous, libelous things that can be tracked to you, it's like Hummingbird said earlier. It's no longer just an issue of legalities. There are certain constitutions, there are certain jurisdictions that hold things to a very strict higher standard. And you can go delete everything you want tonight, but it's already in their database collection.
UK be crazy. And I know at least one person
when I say there,
needs to be
when
careful.
I say there, I'm talking about this concerted group.
Yep.
That's crazy. Doesn't know that. I think I did see something about like how they said they were going to like try to do something like that though.
Really,
Right.
what's going to hurt you the most is if you travel and Interpol catches up with you. I doubt very seriously the United States is going to send any citizen over there unless it's a corrupt U.S. Legal system that really can't do anything with you here, and they just want to rid themselves of you, so they turn you over.
You got to do something bad.
I wouldn't think that our government would turn over a citizen for talking smack on the internet. However, I wouldn't have ever thought it would have gotten into half the stuff it's doing right now. So,
right, but Interpol's no joke, and when you travel outside the country, there's a lot of countries out there that absolutely do not like the United States.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That is for sure. Yeah, because I'm a traveling man myself. Oof. Yeah, no. But I don't know. Like, I don't have to worry about it because I don't do anything like to mess with nobody like that. So.
No, there's only, like I said, I think it's a group. They've narrowed it down, but from what I understand, and I'm not part of this group. I have several close friends that are in it, close brothers that are in it. From what I understand, where things get a little gray is a couple of these accounts have shared accounts. So like there is one account that may have 4 or 5 different people logging into it from different devices. And so let's say that Hummingbird's account goes down and I give him my account and he uses his account, that account, to go live and this, that, and the other, or whatnot. Now he is tied into this group, right? Did he have any malice or ill intent on anything he did? It's kind of hard to prove because what they're doing is one device may have up to 8 accounts on it, like I said earlier. And so not just that, but then they fail to recognize that there's a thing called metadata out there with each photo and video. And so you get cross-contamination, but that metadata continues to just grow. So let's say that Hummingbird's not making the video, but he decided, hey, this is some really good content. He makes the video, sends it to me, I chop it up, there's some of that metadata that absolutely cannot be scrubbed, if you will, and people just fail to
Most people
realize.
don't even know how to scrub it
Right.
to begin with.
And so you, like I said, you get cross contamination. But again, if you're providing that evidence or you're providing that stuff to be chopped up and cross contaminated, you're tied into the malice.
I know of a few people that like will build up accounts, like get a bunch of followers and stuff, and then they'll sell it.
There's an idea.
Well, the other thing that they're doing too with these accounts is they'll buy, they'll go out and buy followers. That's one thing that they're doing to get these accounts to where they can have certain algorithmic privileges, I guess, if you will. The other thing, from what I understand, there's this stuff is way over my head, so it probably sounds like word salad when I'm trying to describe what exactly they have. But it's too late. I mean, I was talking with a guy the other day. If they deleted all these accounts tomorrow, it's still too late. They have everything already collected that they need. They're just giving that man some more rope, if you will. The proverbial give a man enough rope, he'll do something with it.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't believe we have to wait another 6 months.
You brothers need to chill the fuck out. Don't come in here with that bullshit. Don't record shit in here. If I catch that shit recorded, I'm gonna find out who the fuck you are. If you happen to get a spell suspended, I'm gonna catch your ass in the streets.
But next month should be interesting.
I'm worried about people recording me because I don't even know what I'm gonna say next. So I ain't worried about them selling to nobody.
Well, see, here's the deal. There's a difference between stitching. There's a difference between sharing. There's a difference between those things. Because if that stitch was to go viral, TikTok would monetize both of you, right? Where it becomes a little bit of an issue is when you're chopping things up, making somebody look totally what they're not, and it's causing their algorithms or people to shun away or block them. So, for instance, I lost 325 people after 2 of those videos popped up within a matter of 2 weeks. Now, can we prove that that's the reason behind it? Probably not. But did I have any? Did I have any blocks? Did I have any reports on any of my profiles? Did I have any reports on any of the lives I was in? Absolutely not. So, is causation correlation, vice versa. And like I said, supposedly the stuff that they're working with is drawing those lines.
Yeah, on my old account, I had 16,000 followers. It was a different time.
And that's the other thing is even though you change the name, and this is something else that they're doing, is they'll run an account up and then they'll change the name. We saw this with one particular individual who goes into a lot of lives. He wasn't very smart with how he ran his troll accounts. Because when I blocked 3 of those accounts, the accounts stay the same. They stay in the same block order. So if you go on your block list, every person that you've blocked is still in that order. You go in and I've gone in every week for the past since November. This is some of the things that these guys have told me. And I screenshot once a week all of my block list. And so that's one of the ways that we were able to come up with some of the names to have a watch list on, is how many times these accounts would change their names. So so that's one thing that we do know, how they've changed hands and how they've evolved these accounts. That's one way. The other thing is each one of these accounts are tied to an email, right? So even if you go out there and start a new one, you have to start a new email. The email has a date when it started. All of these things, as far as the email and that certain information, while TikTok is very hard to work with, all of this with a subpoena can be obtained.
I'm gonna still say what the fuck I want to say. I'm gonna talk how I talk. I'm gonna still be me. I ain't changing up because some brothers on here want to record some shit. What they gonna do? Send it to my Grand Lodge? Oh fucking well.
No, but those who have books out there, those who have monetized accounts, any money that they're making from that, if it turns into a lawsuit, they lose that residual income. It goes to the plaintiff. And so, like I said, with the amount of people that they've attacked, you might only get 10 cents when it's all said and done, but you're going to get 10 cents for the next every month for the rest of your life.
They attack me. Fuck, they just their account. I'm going for their Grand Lodge too. I'm showing they ad. I'm digging deep in them fucking pockets.
Yeah, it's an interesting world we live in, and what's funny is a lot of these people are renowned. Excuse me, I'm outside walking down the street right now. A lot of these people are renowned for being intelligent and all this stuff, and it never ceases to amaze me how dumb some of these people are in certain aspects, where you would think, especially doing some of this stuff where they think they're really crafty, you'd think they'd be a lot smarter, a lot more keen to handle some of these accounts. But like I said, this has been going on for well over 3 years now. And as far as I know, it really became really honed in as of November of last year. And like I said, one of those guys that they were tracking those accounts, on one account alone, he's had 4 or 6 different names tied to that one account. Just one account where he's just gone in and changed the name. And he averages probably 2 or 3 names on the rest of the accounts that he has. But that one person had upwards of 3 accounts, but each one of those accounts have evolved into different names, if that makes sense.
I just don't understand like how people come up with all this extra time to go on here and just mess with people for no reason.
They don't got a life.
I ain't got time for like all that, just to go on here and just mess with somebody and I ain't never met.
Well, that's these people. So here's the deal. You've got 3 types of individual. You've got one that doesn't work at all, and so they've got plenty of time on their hand. You've got a couple that are of retirement age, right? But they're still out there having to bust a hump because they can't retire, right? But they still find time because they have a lot of time on their hands at their job. So that's another thing is they're collecting. They know every time these people log in, they know when they're supposed to be on the clock. All these things, when those accounts log in, right? And let's say they're supposed to be at work at this period of time, those will be provided to the employers if this goes legal. So if you're supposed to be at a job or you're supposed to be doing something productive during this time, and they can show where you're logged in playing on Facebook or TikTok for 6 hours for that day, when you're supposed to be on the clock, those are things that will be provided if this comes to a lawsuit, or when this comes to a lawsuit, to those employers, especially those involved in state employment. You got to remember, state and federal employees, in some cases, aren't even supposed to have these devices on their phone. And so now, whether or not they're supposed to have it or not, even if it's just a gray area, now you're showing where this person was supposed to be on the clock. They're a public servant, and now they've got over 6 hours where they've been neglecting their job, playing around on an app like TikTok.
Yeah, so I mean that all sounds really nice, and I know what you're getting at, and I know who we're talking about here, and that is not someone that I would personally like to depend on. I have meetings with my deputy grand master already scheduled. I requested originally not to be involved in Masonic bullshit on TikTok. That request was fucking motherfuckers overstepped that boundary, so now I'm gonna have to do what I have to do. So I know everyone who's involved, and I'm gonna take care of it.
I'm sorry for bringing it up. You expressed that today. I was just kind of, it was brought up, and I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm just saying, like, I'm done with this shit. My district deputy grandmaster is literally a member of my lodge, and so I'm not gonna pretend like these motherfuckers aren't doing what they're doing, and I don't know who the fuck they are, because I know who every single one of them is. And so
Right.
I don't need a bunch of technology. I don't need all this shit. I don't need to sue anybody or anything like that.
Well,
They
let
need
me
to stop
step
fucking
back
with me.
too, because you would be surprised at who it is behind the technology. It's not who everybody thinks at all. It's
Yeah.
not. It would blow your mind if you knew who it was. And what's funny is these guys are on both sides, Grand Lodge Estate and Prince Hall side. And like I said, both of several of these guys are in deep. You know, it's that old proverbial saying, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. They're in deep with this stuff.
So who is? I want to know who the fuck these brothers is, cause I don't know. Cause I mean, if everybody else
definitely
got
know
in front of them, I
You know
confront
some
their
of them, country. You know some of them for sure.
Yeah, and for sure, once everything breaks loose legally, you know, at that point, it all becomes public information, and so it's not slanderous or libelous at that point. That's why I've been very careful not to name anybody. But when it all breaks loose, everybody will know because it's public record at that point in time.
Y'all care if I ask a question real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
So, like, what initiated this conversation? Like, how did it start? Because I'm confused. Like,
Well, it started when these brothers started recording everybody live, and my face popped up on the live on a video. Tucson's face popped up in there. They got him. You know what I'm saying? They got.
Well, we have to be careful too. Let me correct you, because we're saying brothers. They're not all brothers.
So it's basically brothers working with some motherfuckers that ain't brothers.
All right.
And define brother, right?
Are we deemed to call them brothers if they doing this to brothers?
Exactly.
Are they worthy enough to be called a brother if they doing this to brothers? Because, like I said, we all got the same obligation. Worded a lot different on some places, but we all know the principalities of it, you know, in the order of what we say when it comes to obligation. So, when brothers working with outside motherfuckers who come against brothers is crazy fucking work, and they can be brought up on Masonic charges, suspended or expelled.
You know what's crazy, country?
I'm just confused 'cause I didn't
If
know how the
all those
conversation
troll
started.
accounts disappeared today, you might not ever hear about it again. That's what's crazy to me, because that's where some of these brothers putting this stuff together, even though that they have dedicated a lot of time and energy to do this, they will be compensated. I don't know if it'll be anything worth writing home about. You know what I mean? But like I said, I think that they're willing to drop it all if all these accounts were to just disappear.
I don't know, but Country and I and Anthony, we've stepped away from this shit for a fucking reason. We don't want to be involved in any of that shit. We made that shit very clear as possible. And as soon as that live ended, where I was basically making that shit clear, that's when they snipped a portion of you talking, Okie, and then suddenly it ends up in a fucking video. Like, bro, this shit needs to fucking end. You know, they go to a different live and they're ostracizing somebody because they're saying that we're supporting gang violence or some fucking bullshit, which had nothing to do with the conversation on my panel. People can't even go to other people's panels and have an interesting, in-depth conversation without it becoming like some fucking slander bullshit to try and use against other people. This is not a fucking tiled lodge. This is public fucking TikTok. This shit is getting ridiculous and it's getting old. And yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Well, and if you listen to some of these people talk too, I mean, some of the conspiracies that they come up with this stuff, man, it's really deep and disturbing. Some of the things that these people have in their mind and in their past, as far as how they come up with some of these, like I said, conspiracies, for lack of a better term.
I feel like we should go back to the old ways, you know what I'm saying, to where motherfuckers ain't been raised the right way. I feel like they ain't been raised the right way. That's how I feel. Because these weak motherfuckers wouldn't be in the craft that they was raised the right way. You know what I'm saying?
If I say, yeah, if you ain't got nothing better to do than get on the internet and mess with somebody, then you need to look at your own life.
Yeah.
Let's say, because, man, I ain't got time for that. I ain't going to get on here and just mess with somebody for no reason. Like, I mean, what good that going to do me? I mean, like, because all they got to do is hang up on me. That's it.
Bro, they're not just messing with anybody. They're messing with brothers. You know what I'm saying? They just Well, I fuck with the craft while we on TikTok.
Yeah, but these people too. I mean, they're nuts. I mean, we're talking nuttier than squirrel turds. These are some of the people that actually believe that that birds and pigeons are CIA robots. I mean, and I say that with as much a straight face as I can, but that's how comical some of this has become.
Wait, did they actually go for that?
Oh yeah.
People think birds are CIA.
They think, and hear me out here. This is not Okie saying this. This is repeating or regurgitating what was said. They believe, and this is actually a pretty big conspiracy out there. It's not just these people's thinking. This goes into a deeper faction of a political psyop disinformation. But they believe that COVID-19 happened for educational purposes only, so that all the pigeons that were robots could be collected and have their batteries changed out. And that's, there's so many of them out there that were collecting all this data, and they have microphones and bugs and whatnot. That supposedly that whole fiasco happened so that they could covertly collect all the birds to change the pigeon batteries.
I hope nobody
and I'm
ever
trying to say this
tries to tell me that stuff seriously.
I'm trying to say this with the straightest face possible, but I mean, this is the mental illness that we're dealing with.
I have to make a disclaimer. I have a video about birds not being real, but I am not that dude.
If somebody ever tries to look at me seriously and tell me that, I'm just gonna stare at them and walk away. Like,
what's so crazy about it though is you can have a normal conversation with these people, and then they slowly creep that stuff in, and you're sitting there, you're listening, you're shaking your head, and all of a sudden it's like, wait, what did you just say?
I slowly creep away.
Yeah, I don't. I run.
They can sit there and talk about all that they want. Like, if you start telling me someone's changing pigeons' batteries, though, I'm just gonna stare at you and be like, "What's wrong with you, dog?"
Crazy. Yeah, we got
people really think that though.
Y'all know this live is going to be clipped, and y'all know we all going to be on.
They're going to make me the conspiracy theorist on this. Is what's going to happen.
It's all good.
So, Lime, welcome to your first video, motherfucker. You got to be
To my what?
your first video. Cause you got to be on one backing up troll accounts, clip like your brother.
Oh, yeah, say some outlandish shit, Lime, so that you look good for your video.
Show us your best shibari rope.
Give us a big smile, bro.
I just know they all cowards.
Who's a coward?
Yeah, because anybody who has a problem, they fly to AC. What?
He doesn't.
I'm so confused. I didn't know who we talking to. I'm like,
He keeps the eye
If you got a
contact.
problem with me, if anybody got a problem with me, come fly to AZ and show me the problem to my doorstep. Come to my face.
He keeps the eye contact through the whole taking the drink.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Lime got his whole face in the camera. It's crazy work. Let's put him in a big box.
No, Country, I'll say this. 1 second. Let me say one thing. Country, to give you a hint on who might be involved, there was an account that you and I don't generally see that popped into your live and popped into my live one day when we were battling and gifted you and then gifted me.
Oh, they generous.
Oh, yeah. I know.
That's how they creep in.
Yeah.
They give you a bunch of gifts so that when they talk about bird batteries, it's not so crazy. You're like, okay, you can come in here and talk about bird batteries.
Well,
as long as you're dropping some coin.
No, I'm gonna say this. No brother can buy me now. I'll shoot gifts back. They want to know.
Let's just say there's a whole crazy family.
Fucking AZ.
Country, you hear me?
Yeah.
That's what
There's
I'm
a
saying.
whole crazy family of them.
Anybody got a problem? Come over to AZ.
They was in Lime Law, not when back in the day. Fucking with. Oh man.
That's just a small portion of them, but there's some other everyday heroes in there for sure.
They gotta tighten their motherfucking ass up.
Why do you want to get this? It's Kurt.
Cause I know I miss the trolling days. I miss trolling Lime Live. That's all. That's all.
Yeah, I got a quote for them. It can bring their people. It could be 2-on-1, 3-on-1, 4-on-1.
It's gonna be 8-on-1.
At the end of the day, they're gonna need 911. That's what they're gonna need.
It's gonna be 8-on-1. What you mean? You heard they said 8 people.
Either way, they're gonna bring their people, and then a certain amount of time into it, they would have realized that we didn't bring enough people.
Seriously though, do you know what it's called in Oklahoma? Do you know what the motto is when you call 811?
What's that?
Before you dig, call Okie.
Okay. So you respect.
Has nothing to do with me. Has nothing to do with me. But yeah, no, that's the state motto. Before you dig, call Okie, and Okie comes out and they mark your yard to know where to dig and where not to dig.
Oh, for the pipeline.
Well, I'm trying to get oiled up and Greco-Roman wrestle these motherfuckers is crazy.
You said oiled up. Whoa.
Yo.
Oh, shit.
Too much. Now pause on that. Pause on that.
He said we about to fight. Oh man, it's crazy.
Like these are laws we should be having, like brothers be having. You feel me? But that drama shit, when they be coming in here with that bullshit, recording us, and we definitely get recorded at night. I'm gonna let y'all know that now. So go ahead and be prepared to laugh in the morning. Like, look at these motherfuckers.
Everybody be like, "Ooh, I said that shit."
And I guess we'll wait the 6 months, because after the 6 months fall out and I find out them names, I'm cracking some asses.
Maybe Robot Chicken Zord will show back up. Hey, Buggles, what's up?
Puggles, hey.
There's gonna be some whoop asses on this app. I'm like, damn, that nigga country go everywhere whooping ass. Yeah, I'm the top.
Out here slapping people for no reason. Just
Y'all gonna definitely call me the traveling man.